ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to today's edition of Hanging Out with Vicky. Of course, I'm your host, Vicky Newton. Today's edition, we have a surprise for you. This lady has many, accolades to her name. But before I introduce you, I think because of the long list of accolades, and I really don't want to make any mistakes with the pronunciation, I would want her to do justice to that. So, welcome to today's show.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
And you look really beautiful. It's been ages, isn't it?
Thank you. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, how long ago?
Since
You
2019.
2019, yeah.
So we're
I
looking
think
about
what,
6 years
6
now.
years ago.
But
Wow.
time flies. It's like
Exactly.
yesterday, isn't
Exactly,
it?
exactly.
Yeah.
Once again, welcome to today's show, Hanging Out with Vicky.
You're welcome.
So I've just told our viewers, I think you will do justice to who you are and all those accolades, what we need to know.
My name is Jazz Biyalkabi Comfort Slim Idami, traditionally known as Queen Yenolom Tintangobur the First.
Wow. I think it was a right, decision not to mention all those names because I would have fumbled.
And you would have bitten your teeth.
Yes. But I think viewers don't know that professionally you are a nurse, isn't it?
Yes, I am a health professional.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So I believe that, I heard so much about what you do. You've been ministering, singing. You've got some albums years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now you've come back better and stronger.
Yeah.
But there's a little twist to it.
Mm-hmm.
You also be launching your, charity foundation as well.
Yes.
But we'll get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But before then, yes, you've told us who you are. Just tell me a little bit, because I got to know you through your gospel songs, when you ministered gospel music. Just take us through that journey. How did that start?
Yeah, like I said, I'm a health professional. I've been a hairdresser as well for many years. And music came to me when some few years ago. Music came to me in 2010. Before music came to me, I was a born-again Christian.
Okay.
And a church also was born in me,
Right.
called Christ Household International Ministries, which came from Ephesians chapter 2, verse 19 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a revelation. And what Ephesians is saying is we are members of God's household.
Okay.
And that stood up. I remember that time I was going to church. I didn't really understand what it is.
Mm.
But when I got that revelation, it says members, and you are now members of God's household. That means God dwelling in you, God dwelling in us, and that was the revelation I got.
Right. So from there on, then you decided, to go professional.
Then I decided from there on, I did go to School of Theology, finished that. Then the music also came. The music was also born in me as a gospel musician, not only gospel but inspirational songs as well. And then my stage name was born through that, which my stage
Kingdom
name is
Rascal.
Kingdom Rascal.
I love that.
People often think I'm a male. I'm not a male, I'm a female. Kingdom Rascal.
Kingdom Rascal, yes.
And people wonder, why Kingdom Rascal? So today I will take this your platform to tell people why Kingdom Rascal. Normally, people who speak the truth without fear are often labeled as rascal. When Jesus went to the church to turn the tables and told the Pharisees that how dare you turn my father's house, how dare you, turn my father's house as a market square. If it was today, he would have been called a rascal. Right. Bob Marley singing his music, talking about justice, he would have been called a rascal.
A rascal, right. So you are a rascal for God.
Rascal for God, rascal to speak the truth without fear. And that is why the name Kingdom Rascal.
Yeah, okay. Right. Now, what I wanted to also, I know viewers are sending in questions as well, want to know certain things, because there is this notion that, especially with the gospel musicians, how do they come by, the message behind the music? Some get the inspiration or message from God when they are in their bathroom, something comes up, or they are driving, or probably, have a walk in the forest or something like that, and the words keeps coming in. A lot of people also have issues with other musicians, being given the lyrics and everything from a professional, but not necessarily getting that inspiration, like God speaking to you that this is what I want you to sing about.
Yeah, true. In my case, like I said in 2010, when I got the revelation, the revelation, with me, it was a voice. And it was like I was in a trance. And the voice was a female voice. And I believe it's Asasia, it's Tradiampo. We often think God is male. But, nobody knows. The Bible says God is a spirit. Spirit has no gender. So that voice gave me a word or an assignment or a command. It says, it is you I want to speak. I want you to speak the gospel. It is you. When the voice said that, I spoke in tongues. That was in the dream. I spoke and I sang. And then the voice sang back to me in a language. Christians call it in tongues. Mysteries. When I woke up, I started singing in this language.
Oh, wow.
Like I said, Christians will say an unknown tongue.
Unknown tongue.
So I was scared. Like, what is this? Has something gone into my body? What has happened to my body? But because I was a Christian.
But how did family react? I know your kids.
I was scared to tell people. Because, and I remember when I shared it with someone, a close person, the person said, are you sure this is not witchcraft? But because I was a Christian and knew the Bible, and I was in a Bible school at the time, I just knew that it was a gift. So I started singing in this unknown tongue. And I was hiding it. Then one day I went to church, and there was a woman of God that day who said, there's someone sitting here. There's something in you that you are scared to bring out. Is your God not creative enough? Are you scared? Don't you know who your God is? Your God is bigger. So if it is you, use that, what God has given you. And that was it. When I heard that, I stood up.
You just stood up.
And it was the following day, which was Monday, I was on my way to the studio. And on my way to the studio, instead of me singing in tongues as usual. I was now singing in my language. I was singing in English. I was singing in Tree. Everything was mixed up. And if I show you my first songs, you will be like, oh my God! The first ever song I sang in English or local dialect that people can hear. It's a funny one.
Wow.
So since then, it's still the tongues come, but I get the revelation to interpret it into what it's saying.
Wow.
So I get my music, every music, I write my music myself. I get it. Sometimes I'm cooking. Even on the car, my daughter is here. She will tell you, I started singing it.
Wow.
You understand? So when it comes, I record it, and then I ask the Holy Spirit, what is this? What are you talking about? Then the Holy Spirit tells me the meaning. I write it, and then I sing. With me, I don't get my songs from nowhere. It comes within naturally.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is Hanging Out with Vicky Newton. If you've just joined us, and today's edition, I've got my lovely queen and sister here with me. I think she's giving me the permission to call her just Jazz. So Jazz is in the studio with us, and she's here to talk to us about what she has for us on the 3rd of May, 2025. But I have been with her through that journey because during her first album launch, I was, there as well to support her. And since then, I've been secretly, observing her. Then just recently, she just gave me the good news that, she's got her own charity launch and another album. So that is what we are here today, and she's here to tell us more about it. So Jazz, now take us into when Christ Household International, was birthed, was established.
Like
it's a charity, right?
Yeah, it's a church. Christ Household is a church.
Right.
And so then Christ Household gave birth to my basic needs.
Right, which is the charity.
Which is the charity. And like I said, since 2010, I started the charity, sending food, clothing and shelter, and any money I have. Since from childhood, I'm always someone who shares because of my background. I'm from a royal home, but the royalty, it wasn't like a rich, very rich royal home. So there were times that I slept hunger. There were times I've been to school and I've come back without food. There were times I've been to classroom without food. So since 2000, knowing this, that there are still people who go through this. Right. It hasn't stopped and it's even worse. So since 2010, I've started solely doing this charity, just helping the needy, whoever that is in need, wherever the need is. I started doing that. And then I realized that the need is too much. I cannot do it alone. So I then registered it. So Christ Household is being registered, and Christ Household gave birth to my basic
needs charity.
So to feed. So Christ Household will feed spiritually. Right. Whilst my basic needs give physically.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It does.
So we're launching my basic needs on the 3rd of May, 2025.
2025.
Yes.
Okay, and you also be launching your album as well.
Yes.
So I think you're doing two things on the same day.
Yeah.
Why that? Why didn't you, just focus on my basic needs charity, then probably have this album launch? Because I personally felt when you told me about it that we have known you to be a very good singer, right? Gospel minister who sings. So to have this charity launch and having the album launch, I don't know, but correct me if I'm wrong, it might take the shine off the charity. So why the two of them on the 3rd of May?
So the album, which is titled Mommy, is the charity's song.
Oh, that's a smart one.
So the charity,
okay, so they are like,
the charity gave birth to that song.
Okay.
So it's I wouldn't say a national anthem for the charity, but that is the charity song, which is talking about, the song is literally talking about the charity, talking about a child in need. Okay. So it's not just like any ordinary song. Yeah, the song belongs to the charity.
Okay.
So wherever the charity will be, this song will be played there.
Okay. Now, I want to find out why, you know, deciding to launch, because I know the charity was running in Ghana, right? You've been doing a lot in Ghana for the needy. So, having it launched in the UK, what are your plans in the UK? Or having it launched here, but your focus is going to be more, you know, for Ghana. Why launch it here? Because I know you're already operating in Ghana for years, helping the needy.
Like I said, there's a need everywhere.
Okay.
There's a need here. We've got single mothers. So my charity, my basic needs, my basic needs will cater for everybody who is in need, not necessarily Africa. Here, Togo, United States, India, wherever the need is. But I think because I grew up from Ghana, I started it from Ghana, because that's where they say charity begins at home. So that's where I could see where the need is properly at the time. But now that the charity is being registered, it will cater for wherever the need is.
Okay, because one has to also be careful the resources as well, because you can't do a lot. So I feel that from the beginning, you could possibly focus, you know, if it's Ghana, focus on Ghana. If it's a certain part of the UK, focus on the, you know, a particular age group. Do that, or because, well, it's up to you. If the funding is there, then you can do both.
I can enlighten the viewers on that. So from now, from the beginning, what is most important is to feed children between 4 years, school age. 4 years from primary school to primary 6. And what my basic needs does, or started doing, we give them breakfast.
So from reception to year 6.
To year 6. For now, just giving them breakfast before they go to school and lunch after school. So that, you know, you can start the child. Or when I was a child, that was me. I was bright in school. I was always first in class whenever there was exam. But sometimes hunger was a barrier to me. And there are many children like that as well. So I always say, it's not that the African child is stupid, but because some of them are hungry. And we go around saying, oh, Africans don't love each other. We hate each other. We do this to each other. Our leaders are corrupt. Where has the corruption come from? Where does the hatred? Where is the hatred coming from? The hatred is coming from being a child, growing up, not having food to eat. Food that is as basic as anything. You don't have that food. So when you have not eaten, and you see your colleague or another child who has eaten and is running up and down, you'll be jealous. You'll grow up with that jealousy in you. And then when maybe you are lucky, God blesses you, and you get into a position, you start stealing money, you start hoarding money. But when there's a basic need for a child, the child is growing, and there's food, clothing, and shelter, when they grow up, they will grow up fine. They will grow up with the creativity that is in them, the gift that God has deposited in them. They will become better people.
Yeah.
And that's what my basic needs wants to do. We have to start. Because we are complaining, Africans are this, we don't love each other, black people this, but what are we doing? So my basic needs have started doing it in its own little way for now.
Okay.
Like you said, it's big. But we are starting small.
It's true.
We have to start. You start crawling
before you walk.
Yeah. And that's what.
Yeah, because I think the government also put, certain things in place whereby they were supporting children who are from very poor backgrounds. Yeah. At least breakfast. Giving them free breakfast.
To start, and it just starts you from the day.
So I think people like yourselves, with that initiative, at least it will go a long way to also support the government in what they are doing. They might not be able to do all. They are trying their best. So people like yourselves, can also help out to make, that coverage for everyone, every child from a poor background to be able to at least have breakfast, before lesson starts.
Yeah.
So Jazz, let's focus, we've not got much time, so I think we quickly have to focus on what the lineup is for the
lunch.
The charity lunch. And what should we expect?
Okay. Yeah. So it's like I said, it's on the 3rd of May, 2025, and the theme is Love Your Neighbor. We often we hear the verse, love your neighbor. We say, love your neighbor as yourself. But I think many of us don't really understand what loving your neighbor is. If you eat and you are sleeping and your neighbor is lying down hungry, I think you are the one hungry. It's not even your neighbor. Your neighbor is you. You are your neighbor. If I insult you, Vicky, I'm insulting myself. But if I have food and I'm eating, and you are sitting down and you don't have nothing to eat, I am the one hungry. Yeah. So that day, we're going to come together. I'm calling everyone to come together so that we can love our neighbor as yourself. We love our neighbor as our own selves.
Because I know on that day, there's going to be a red carpet event. We are going to have representatives from the Ghanaian community as well, kings and queens, gracing the occasion. We are all coming together to feast and also celebrate this great achievement that our lovely sister or daughter of Ghana, with what she's doing. So it's going to be an exciting day. There'll be lots of musicians, performing on that day. And, you have a feel of all the Ghanaian dishes and drinks. So everybody is invited to this event on the 3rd of May 2025. I think the red carpet starts at 6 p.m. prompt. Yes. Come and let's have fun. The venue is St. Newton's Hall, is
Isaac Newton. Okay. Isaac Newton Academy. Number 1 Crickle Place. It's in Ilford.
Okay.
And it's just by 7 Kings train station. It's in East London. So Ilford, Isaac Newton Academy, because it's an academy.
It's an academy. Very easy
you can't miss it. It's just by Seven Kings train station. I can give the postcode.
I think it will come just after our interview.
Yes.
We are going to put all the details on the
so
screen.
Details will be put on the screen.
Yeah. For everybody to take note of that. So on the 3rd of May 2025, we expect each and every one of you to make your, someone will say, all road leads to
Isaac
Newton Academy. Yes. Let's all come together, support our lovely sister with, this initiative. I'm also going to be there, and my family members, my colleagues, everyone is going to be there, and my team at Heritage Events will also be there live. It's going to be spectacular. And I think the press are also interested to come and see what is going to happen on that day. So let's all support our sister, support our own. And if you are somebody who would like to donate to this charity as well, on that day, further information will be given to all of you for you to, make your donation as well, so that at least that dream that our lovely sister has, without the funding, I don't think she'll be able to achieve she's doing her bit, but it's my belief that she should be able to reach wide, so the more she gets financial support, she'll be able to spread her wings all over the UK and also in Ghana. So please, if you feel, or if the Lord has touched your heart and you want to be part or be a sponsor of this beautiful initiative, Basic Needs Foundation, be in touch or get in touch, I beg your pardon, and or probably attend the program and, just speak to anyone. We are there and we'll be able to, give you all those details so that you can become a sponsor of this charity. Jazz, thank you so much, for visiting us in the studio. And I believe that before the program, we might be lucky to have her in the studio again, probably a few days to the program, for her to, give us more updates on progress towards the event. So until then, Jazz, what message do you have for our audience?
Come. The slogan of my basic need is someone cares. Come and care for someone. Come and love your neighbor as yourself. When you've eaten and you are asleep and your neighbor is hungry, they will break your door and come in. You cannot sleep. One of your eyes will be open, because a hungry man is a hungry lion. Let's love our neighbor as ourselves. Come, let's all inaugurate the charity together. And just have fun together on the day.
Well said. So until then, we'll come your way, like I promised you, probably before, the 3rd of May, for us to give you an update on this program. But for now, all roads lead to, the Isaac Newton Academy on the 3rd of May, 2025.
It's going to be live music, loads of musicians on the day. There's going to be cultural dancing. Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, and take good care of yourself. And stay blessed. We'll see you next time.